everybody, welcome back to episode 114 on this Saturday. How's everybody doing?
I don't know what day it is. Is it Saturday?
Yeah. I kind of feel like, for those of you who know, if you're brand new, hello. We drove to Champaign-Urbana, University of Illinois to pick up our daughter from college after her freshman year. And
which is insane.
Yeah. A, that our youngest is in college.
Right.
B, that the year went by so fast. Right. And C, that it was a whirlwind of a day.
It was. All those things.
But I kind of think, and as this, for those of you who don't know, we're moving in less than 2 weeks now. And we have a lot on our plates. And I kind of think
we're going to do a moving podcast. It's all going to be about moving. Like the laundry dude, we'll do a moving thing where we just talk about moving.
Or what if we just
help people solve their moving problems.
Yeah.
And then we turn it into like a form of therapy.
Yeah. We were talking like it would be great to be influential enough to be those type of people who could we could go on trips,
record remote episodes.
Yeah, for hotels. We're not going to do cruises because we don't do cruises, but like any kind of like vacationing. We could check it out. We could talk about it, kind of thing. So, fingers crossed that happens one day.
I would rather just go on a vacation.
Yeah.
And not
have to work. Yeah, not have to do all that. We're tired. It's been a long day, but we're made it.
Tired. We're as fresh as a daisy.
Yeah.
Is that an expression?
I think it is. But it actually went very well. So the traffic wasn't insane. So that was good. And she was ready to go. So it took literally 20 minutes to get her whole room.
I think it might have been longer than that.
Yeah. Okay, maybe 45 minutes.
I'm going to say half an hour.
Half hour. To get all her belongings down.
We could have timed it.
We could have timed
it. Put the thing on your phone.
But we had no more room in the car. It was chock full. So luckily we smushed everything. And there was one family who was 2 cars ahead of us, and they had a minivan, and they were just stuffing more stuff in their car, and just had more on the sidewalk, and taking stuff out, trying to put it back in. I think
it was an SUV, but it seemed to have a lot of space.
Had a lot of stuff.
It was chock full.
Then I saw that they had resorted to putting stuff on top of their car, and then had some type of tarp, and I was like, I hope that's a good idea.
I'm not a fan.
To turn that down.
If you have the carrier, the rooftop carrier that closes up.
Yeah.
That might be one thing, but yeah. And I had to, I wasn't actually wearing this today. I had to change my shirt because I had 2 separate food incidents in one day. I was attacked by lunch and dinner.
Oh my God.
It was the weirdest day. Oh my God! I don't want to go into it except one instance involved a pickle a pickle slice, not like a whole pickle. That would be worse, I guess. Flying across the car and landing on the dashboard where it could not be reached. It is true, and there's some coughing involved in that. And then the other one was a fork that just on its own flew up into the air. And I had my basil chicken all over my shirt. Oh my God! And it's not like that's I've spilled food on my shirts before, God knows. But I mean, it's not like I never really had incidents like that before.
In one day.
In one day. So I was not actually wearing the Illinois shirt thing.
God, too funny.
Yeah, the pickle one was particularly alarming, and I wondered, Claire hasn't seen. Well, we were there a month ago, but then it was a few months before that. She must wonder she's gonna be.
Oh, great!
She's gonna be on the phone with all her friends. Yeah, he's really gone downhill.
Texting, this is a nightmare.
Yeah, he needs help feeding himself now.
She said she would join us at a future broadcast episode, but she's just too tired tonight, so it's a lot to get all your stuff together.
And then what I don't understand is that you, instead of I had even said, we'll stop at the rest stop and then we get the pickle off the dashboard, you decided to unbuckle your seatbelt and go after. And I said, that was in my mouth.
didn't touch it with my hands. I touched it with a napkin.
That is true. But and we'd probably driven another 50 miles or more. Like, why was it so urgent at that moment?
I was just trying to help you out.
Well, you did. That is true, but
oh my God.
Oh my God! It was the spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's that did it.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why they put pickles on that. I don't know that they don't add anything.
I know, and I didn't have pickles on mine, which normally does. I usually pick them off.
You mean if you had pickles, they would have gone flying across?
Yes. Oh my God, that's too funny.
But they do put pickles on a Big Mac.
I know, and they didn't have.
It's right in the song.
And it was actually kind of like an interesting thing because we went to inside McDonald's. And
I thought we were still talking about the pickle inside.
Here comes Waffle. So we went inside to because the drive up was busy, had 10 cars.
Yeah,
so let's just go inside, whatever. And apparently the person who was working the cashier was brand new, had been there 3 hours, and an older woman who was like a grandma was supposed to shadow him and make sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. The manager wasn't happy with the grandma because she's like, he's only been here 3 hours and you're supposed to shadow him and he needs help and everything. And it was just like a huge kerfuffle and all this drama and everything. And the manager's apologizing to the grandma worker, he can't make coffee. You have to make the coffee drinks.
It's probably because they got sued that time about the hot coffee.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. He could get the drinks, but he couldn't make coffee. He's only been here 3 hours, and it was just we're just staring at this whole conversation going on. Then after all that, we turned around and then you saw that there was a self-service kiosk. We could have just punched in our order.
Yeah.
It would have gone to the kitchen, and we would have been out of there in no time. So it was kind of an interesting.
Although I don't know that we would have been out of there in no time because even after we got our order,
yeah,
it wasn't really fast food.
It wasn't.
But watch out for the pickles.
Flying pickles.
Flying pickles. It's like the sequel to Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
It is.
It was called Pickles to Pittsburgh.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a long movie to make from a book, but
it made no sense.
It made no sense.
It made no sense. It had nothing to do with the book, as
yeah.
far as I could tell, at all.
Mm-mm.
Anyway.
So yeah, we've picked up a lot of things today, carried stuff, and I was joking that when we were taking the stairs, she's on the 3rd floor of her dorm, several times. I'm like, I think this is the most exercise I've gotten in a couple weeks, so that's not good.
No, but see, you shouldn't have said that though, because people might have had the impression that we were still being really good about our workout routine.
Yeah,
which we had been, and we really maintained that for a long time. It's really mostly because of all the craziness that's going on and everything we have to do. And also, I think I broke my neck, but that's a whole different story. I've had a month of neck pain.
Yeah.
So
that isn't
anyone
fun.
who knows a chiropractor
or needs any remedy for that would be great. Is it heat? Is it ice? Is it exercise?
$75. What was I seeing Sinatra in there?
That's another Seinfeld reference.
Yeah, doctor.
So we just kind of, and I actually made a conscious decision too because I was just with working and trying to pack and organize everything. We did actually do some.
Don't air our dirty laundry.
However, we did do some things on the road today. We just changed a few of our utilities, so that was check mark off of that, and then just. What?
I was somehow or another, I thought we were still talking about exercise. I'm like, what did we do on the road? Was there a part of it I missed while I was choking on a
pickle?
Pickle?
So anyway, I was just kind of thinking about all the things that we have to do, and for me, I was thinking I can't just do that and try to fit in, exercise on top of that.
And get no sleep.
And get no sleep.
And it is.
So something had to give, but I mean, it's just a pause. It's a pause. And then we get it back on.
I think I even said this before, but the worst part of being a lawyer is when you're going through something like buying a new house yourself, and we've done this many times before. We're not new at this, although it has been a little while. But the worst part of it is, then you, because I used to do real estate closings for clients, and then you obsess over all the details, and we have a lawyer, and he's very good, and he knows what he's doing, and he's gone above and beyond.
Way above and beyond.
But I still, that's all I think about. I mean, I do work. Anyone from my employer who happens to be listening in. But every moment where I'm not working, I'm thinking about the details of this closing. And, a normal person hands it off to a lawyer, or they just, and a lot of places that people don't use lawyers, which I don't fully understand.
Oh my gosh, huge mistake if you don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest thing you're ever going to buy and the greatest potential liability you're ever going to take on. And you wouldn't have a lawyer help, looking thing. I don't know. It's not up to me. I'm not here to provide full employment for lawyers, but I think in this part of the world, everybody uses, well, not everybody.
Yeah.
But it's very common to have a lawyer. So, yeah.
So we have a final of the closing date, the location, which was something we were trying to struggle with because it was going to be in 3 different places.
We don't want to tell anybody the details. We don't want another security breach.
Yes.
We talked all about security
We
breaches.
did our last episode. But yeah, so that's all straightened away. So yeah, things are coming together, but it's just kind of still a lot to do. And I keep on thinking, well, we made headway, but it's then when I look at things, I'm like, oh shit, we got a lot. Oops.
Oh my god.
It's not PG anymore. I'm sorry.
We have to start a whole new. No, we have to scrap this. We have to start a new Instagram account. Delete this one entirely.
It's just swearing.
It's just, I said that before. We have to have the alternative, like the Bizarro world
right.
of Superman. We have to have the Bizarro podcast where all we do is curse all the time. Only the thing is, it really wouldn't be the opposite of real life because that is how we curse.
Yes.
We curse all the time.
Which is funny because my sister curses a lot on her channel, and then I don't usually, but then when it slips out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's like, no, I actually do swear sometimes.
I spent a lot of time working in law firms, and there is no group of people who curse more than lawyers. At least that was my experience. It was constant. It was just nonstop. And then I was working on my own, so I wasn't in a law office, but I go to work in a corporate setting. And I almost never slip up unless it's someone I know really well.
Right.
But I constantly have to have this internal censorship in my brain because I'm working with lawyers. Almost everyone I talk to is a lawyer, but because it's a corporate setting.
Yeah.
And by the way, I just mean cursing. I don't mean telling, disgusting off-color jokes or anything. I just mean cursing.
Yeah.
Dropping, F-bombs and things like that. But I can't really do it in this setting. And I'm sure other people do, but it's just funny.
Yeah.
So I have to restrain myself because I'm talking with people who, in my brain, I'm expecting them to do it all the time.
That's so funny.
So we had made a decision when we started this venture.
Right.
That we were going to be...
No swears.
No potty mouth. That will be the name of our new...
Just potty mouth.
Yeah.
Just potty mouth.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
Oh my god. I think we're just slap happy because we've had no sleep and we had a long day. You did all the driving, so I shouldn't even complain. I was watching cooking videos the whole time practically, so which was enjoyable.
Of course sometimes, the traffic can be frustrating, but I don't really mind driving. It's just that I have a broken neck.
Yeah, there's that.
I don't have a broken neck. But, it was just a long day. And it would have been a long day sitting in the passenger seat as well, so...
Yeah, it didn't seem that bad to me today, so that's good.
No, I don't think it was that bad, but part of that was because, in normal times, you go pick up your kid at college, you pack the car, you go get some lunch, you sit down, you relax a bit.
The campus.
Right, and then you get back in the car and drive. But, we could have done that. It's just that
But some kids were graduating still, so
that
was
is
still
true.
a lot of families around, and a lot of the restaurants and outdoor cafes were filled.
That is true, and they spread out the graduation. Mm-hmm. Normally, they have one big ceremony for the entire university, and then they have, when I was in law school, we had a separate, smaller thing for law school, and that's common. But that would all have been on the same weekend. In fact, I think that typically that was all on the Sunday of whatever that weekend was, so it would be tomorrow.
Right.
But because of COVID, and they're still trying to kind of, keep control over the situation. They spread the whole thing out over multiple different events and ceremonies and things like that. So today there were already, we drove past this big theater complex called the Cranach Center, and there were clearly graduation events going on there.
Taking it, so that was fun. Super exciting.
But that is true. Even in non-COVID times, it would have been difficult to probably get a seat anywhere to sit down and eat and all that.
So next fall will be fun because then she's moving into an apartment with her friends. They rented a house, and then going to Target, getting all the staples and stuff that you need is always fun.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
I love it.
Target.
When we took our oldest daughter, we went to Target and we're like, what, why don't you get some dishes and...
Because she was moving into an apartment, yeah.
And she took like one fork, one spoon, and we're just like, you could get like a set of 4 in case you have friends over or something, you can make something. And then like one bowl. So that was kind of funny. So yeah, that's what we have been up to today. Tomorrow, more packing. I'm going to relax more and...
there's no time for relaxing.
Yeah.
We'll sleep when we're dead.
And then we'll be back at it work week and more packing. So good times.
Freaking fantastic.
Yeah, we're going to make it. Barely. No. So anyway, have a good rest of the weekend, and we will catch up with you next week. Talk to you guys later. Bye.